Now I'm sure our players are wondering exactly how this competition will work. Well, like our previous competitions, players will earn points throughout the game, and the one with the most points by the end of the game gets crowned champion.
Yay!
But how do you earn said points? Let's start with the core of the game. Escape points. There are 15 different puzzle rooms throughout the first Zero Escape game. All 3 players will have control of the game during these puzzles. You can choose to cooperate or antagonize each other. At the puzzle's conclusion, we as your hosts will determine who contributed the most to the escape room, and that person gets 5 points. The other 2 players will get 3 points for their hard work though. Word of warning, if we come to the conclusion that a player has made almost no contribution to solving the puzzles,
Poco!
Truth. Too far. Too soon, man.
they will be deducted 2 points for that room. Puzzle rooms are the core of the game, and as such you will likely earn most of your points here. Do be aware though that the person who does the best in puzzles will not necessarily be the victor. We still have 2 other scoring systems to go over. Take it away, Truth.
Okay, Quiz.
The second way to make points.
What he said. The second way to make points is by making predictions on what will happen further in the game. We call these calls. It's a fitting name. And
I didn't even realize I wrote it that way. Can we change that?
no, hell no. We call these calls. And in my experience, they are one of the most lucrative ways to earn points throughout the competition. When you make a prediction, we, as your hosts, will decide whether to accept it. Generally, this is just to prevent stupid calls like,
I predict we'll go play a puzzle room next.
if your call is accepted, you will earn 3 points if it turns out to be correct. There is no penalty for getting a call wrong, and you are free to pick up a call that someone else has already made, though you'll be denied if we're too close to proving the call correct or incorrect. So let me emphasize that last part. There is no penalty for getting a call wrong. Although calls have been nerfed since the last competition, they are a really great way to earn points. This is because, unlike the other 2 ways of scoring points, there isn't really a hard limit on how many points you can earn through making calls. As someone who has won 2 Zero Escape competitions in the past, let me assure you that the bulk of my point total ended up coming from calls. Because I'm smarter than everyone.
Not even a doctor yet!
I'm closer than you! Seriously, there were calls that I made that even I thought were stupid ideas, and yet, despite being total shots in the dark, they ended up coming true.
That leads us to our third scoring system, introducing for the first time ever, Hit List. Zero Escape is a dark game, full of death and multiple paths leading to such grim ends. That's why, this time you can earn points by betting on who will die the most. Hey, here's a hint. Truth has a tendency to favor characters just before they die.
We call it Truth's Curse.
I'm not cursed!
Now that our players have had time to get acquainted with the characters, each will have an opportunity to choose 3 of the cast members. For each time one of those characters dies or is shown to have died, you will earn 4 points. Players can overlap their picks, but you cannot have the same set of 3 as another player.
That's it for our scoring system. You got escape points, call points, and hit list points. If you think that's the end of it, you'd be wrong, as we have one more thing to go over.
Abilities!
Superpowers!
Pew 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 pew!
People who have watched our competitions before know that we like to throw in special abilities for players to use to aid them throughout the game. This time, however, as we're dealing with 3 newcomers, we're only going to give out one ability, but it's a classic morphogenetic field.
Hey Quiz, what does morphogenetic field mean?
Shut up, you know what it means, shut up!
Each player starts with 1 morphogenetic field, and gains 1 more upon entering a new numbered door. This ability can be used to obtain insight into the game, and can be used in one of 2 ways.
The first is to ask the host for advice or hints regarding the current puzzle. This will not negatively affect how the host judge the players for their points on the puzzle. If anything, a well-used morphogenetic field may actually impress the judges.
The second way to use this ability is to help make calls. Players can openly ask the host for insight on a certain subject, and Quiz, fuck you for putting so many S's in here.
I'm sorry.
For example, let's say person A has been found dead. You use your ability to ask for information about who killed person A. The host will then decide on a few responses and randomly select one to give to you in private. This information will usually be helpful, but there's a small chance you'll get a clue that sends you down the wrong path. Whatever the case, you can use the information provided to you to make a call, which I highly advise on doing.
So to wrap this up, you earn points from doing well in puzzles, making well thought out calls, and by choosing the people you think are most likely to die often. You can give yourself an edge in puzzles and calls by using your morphogenetic field ability to obtain insight from the hosts.
3 will enter, 1 will win.
Whether you're ready or not, it's time to
Seek
A way out!